Have you ever wondered about the expression "go jump in the lake"? It's about somebody's overreacting emotionally, and people feel like, "I have had it," right? They've just had it. They say, "Go jump in the lake." Hi, I'm Laura Clark, your purpose and vision alchemist, and this is a mug musing. And this is my favorite mug given to me by my niece. She made it for me. I am up at the lake. There's the Aunt Lala's mug in there. So it is, I'm here and I was thinking about that expression, and it really is about who we are. We're emotional, walking, talking, emotional human beings, and also a spiritual individual, right? So we are this spiritual individual having an emotional, walking, talking experience. And go jump in the lake or here, have a sip of water is all about somebody saying, hey, calm down, chill out, soothe your emotions, and respond. And it comes from the four element theory of the fact that we are emotional, we are thoughtful, thinking individuals, we are physical individuals, and we are also soulful individuals. And we wrap ourselves up into this human experience in all those things. And when you can start thinking that way, uh, it really helps you take the reactive emotions out of things and step into a better response for all that you do. And I learned this back at camp. So I went to residential camp on this exactly. And it was at a time when I was a tween, right? And I didn't know this then, but as a tween, when you're learning how to live in community without your parents, right? And you have to start being a self leader and you're taking all of these new chances. You're learning things like sailing and hiking and how to canoe, right? All of these things are learning experiences, and there's uncertainty when you have a learning experience. And so when we're uncertain, our emotions tend to rise. And as a tween, we don't necessarily know how to navigate those, right? And that's part of being a tween. At the lake, that's when I learned about water. I just loved the water. I lived in the water. I was constantly taking swimming lessons, doing synchronized swimming, doing diving, all of the things that I could do to be in the water because at that point in time, I was overly emotional. And it's carried me through life into a place for the last 30 years. I've been living, teaching, and breathing and coaching from this premise of we have emotions, right? Those emotions are important to feel and sense, but not react to. And we have to think through a powerful mindset of how can we respond with greater clarity, with greater courage, with greater consistency of who we are at our core, and and how can we be strong in that physically, right? That's a very important piece because if you're feeling weak and you kind of shut down, you have to feel strong, right, for that sense of courage, even in the uncertainty of things. And you have to know that you're a spiritual being and that you are safe and you are supported and you are successful, even in the mistakes that you made, because that's part of the learning experience that we're having. So I did want to come on and talk with you about the four element theory and really focus in on water because we know innately that it helps soothe us. We help support others by telling them to go take a nice cold drink that'll help soothe things, right? Or if somebody's being really overreactive, hey, go jump in the lake. Right? The next time you feel your emotions taking over, think water, right? Grab a glass of water. Maybe even if you're as blessed as I am, go jump in the lake for a little bit and allow that to soothe so you're not overreacting, but responding with the core truth that you of who you are. So I hope this helps support you during this time. And of course, always mug on.